The lights of Harmony's Edge space station flickered in the same rhythm they had for 20 years. Blue, white. Like a heartbeat made of light. The station floated in the dark space between three star systems, a place where ships from across the galaxy came to trade and rest. In the lower levels of the station, where the air recyclers hummed and the lights were dimmer, a small figure sat alone. She pressed herself against the cold metal wall, making herself as small as possible. Her name was Kira, and she was 7 years old. Kira looked different from the other children on the station. Her skin was pale gray like old metal. Her eyes were large and bright yellow like two small suns. Sharp teeth showed when she opened her mouth, even when she tried to smile. Her fingers ended in small claws that she kept very short and clean. She was Vexstar. And in this galaxy that meant she was alone. Kira clutched a small toy in her hands. It was a tiny ship made of soft blue material. The toy was old and worn from being held so much. It was the only thing left from her parents, who had died in a mining accident 6 months ago. Footsteps echoed in the corridor. Kira looked up and saw a group of flitterwing children playing. The flitterwings looked like butterflies that walked on two legs. They had bright colors and made musical sounds. When they laughed, Kira watched them with hungry eyes. She wanted to play too. One of the flitterwing children saw her. The child's colors immediately changed from bright yellow to dark purple, fear colors. The child made a sharp whistling sound, and all the other children stopped playing. They looked at Kira. Predator, one of them whispered in the common language. Stay away. The group of children moved quickly down the corridor, their wings fluttering with fear. Kira heard their musical voices getting quieter as they ran away from her. She was used to this. It happened every day. Kira stood up and walked toward the main area of the station. Maybe she could find some food. Her stomach hurt from being empty for 2 days. The food dispensers in the lower levels only gave out food for registered families. Since no one wanted to adopt a Vexstar child, Kira had no family registration. The main area was busy with aliens from dozens of different species. The moss folk moved slowly, their green skin looking like living plants. The crystalline beings sparkled as they walked, their bodies made of living crystal. The peaceful swimmers floated in their water suits, their tentacles moving in slow waves. Kira tried to walk through the crowd quietly. She kept her head down and her claws hidden in her pockets, but it never worked. One by one, the aliens noticed her. A mossfolk parent saw her first. The parent quickly pulled their child behind them. Don't look at it, the parent said in a voice like wind through leaves. Vexstar bring death. The fear spread through the crowd like fire. Conversation stopped. Everyone turned to look at Kira. The crystalline beings made sharp ringing sounds of alarm. The peaceful swimmers moved their tentacles in patterns that meant danger. Why is there a predator child here? Asked a tall being with 4 arms. This is not safe. Someone should call security, said another voice. Kira felt tears in her eyes, but she tried not to cry. Vexstar were supposed to be strong. Her parents had told her that. But it was hard to be strong when everyone was afraid of you. She turned and ran back toward the lower levels. Behind her, she heard the crowd talking. Disgusting, said one voice. Dangerous, said another. Should not be allowed here, said a third. Kira ran until she found a small space between 2 large machines. She squeezed into the space and sat down. The machines were warm and made gentle humming sounds. She hugged her toy ship close to her. This was her life now, hiding, running, being alone. She was 7 years old, and she understood that the galaxy saw her as a monster. Not because of anything she had done, but because of what her species used to be long ago. The Vexstar had once been hunters. Thousands of years ago, before they became smart and built cities and wrote books, they had been predators. They had hunted other species for food, but that was ancient history. Modern Vexstar were peaceful. They were scientists and artists and teachers, but the galaxy remembered the old stories. The galaxy was afraid. Kira closed her eyes and tried to remember her parents. Her mother had been a doctor. Her father had been an engineer. They had been kind and gentle. They had read her stories and sung her songs. They had never hurt anyone, but they were gone now. And she was alone. Above her, she heard footsteps. Heavy boots walking slowly. The steps stopped right above her hiding place. "I know you're down there," said a voice. It was deep but not unkind. "You don't have to hide." Kira looked up. Through the gap in the machines, she could see a man looking down at her. He had dark hair and kind eyes. He was wearing the blue uniform of a station maintenance worker. He was human. Kira had seen humans before, but they usually avoided her like everyone else. But this human was not running away. He was not calling for security. He was just looking at her with those kind eyes. "My name is Hyan," the man said. "What's yours?" Kira stared at him. No one had asked her name in months. No one had spoken to her without fear or anger. "Kira," she whispered. "That's a nice name," Hyan said. "Are you hungry, Kira?" She nodded, not trusting her voice. "Come on then," Hyan said, reaching down with his hand. "Let's get you something to eat." Kira looked at his hand. It was not afraid. It was not shaking. It was just there, waiting for her to take it. For the first time in months, Kira smiled. She reached up and took the human's hand. Maybe she was not completely alone after all. Hyan led Kira through the quiet corridors of the station's lower levels. His hand was warm and steady around her small clawed fingers. She kept looking up at him, still not believing that someone was being kind to her. "Are you really not afraid?" Kira asked in a small voice. Hyan stopped walking and knelt down to her level. "Should I be afraid of you?" he asked. Kira thought about this. "Everyone else is," she said. "They say Vexstar are dangerous." "What do you think?" Hyan asked. "Are you dangerous?" Kira looked at her hands. Her claws were sharp, but she had never used them to hurt anyone. "I don't want to hurt anyone," she said. "I just want friends," Hyan smiled. "Then I'm not afraid." They reached the human section of the station. It was small compared to the other areas, but it felt warmer somehow. The lights were softer, and there were pictures on the walls showing green planets and blue skies. "Wait here," Hyan said, helping Kira sit on a soft chair. "I'll get you some food." Kira sat very still. She was afraid to move too much. What if she broke something? What if the other humans came and told her to leave? But Hyan came back quickly with a plate of food. It was meat, cooked and seasoned with strange spices. Kira's stomach growled loudly. "This is from Earth," Hyan said. "My home planet? I thought you might like it better than the plant foods most species eat here." Kira took a small bite. It was delicious. She had not tasted real food in so long. She ate slowly, trying to make it last. "Thank you," she said between bites. "This is really good." Hyan sat down across from her. "When did you last eat a real meal?" he asked. 3 days ago, Kira said. "I found some scraps in the waste area." Hyan's face became serious. "Kira, where? Are your parents? Your family?" Kira's eyes filled with tears. "They died in the mining accident on Kepler Station. 6 months ago. I'm sorry," Hyan said softly. "What happened after that?" "The authorities tried to find someone to take care of me," Kira said, "but no one wanted a Vexstar child. They sent me here and said someone would come for me, but no one ever came." Hyan was quiet for a long moment. "You've been alone for 6 months?" Kira nodded. "I sleep in the waste recycling area. It's warm there, and most people don't go there." "That's not right," Hyan said. His voice was angry, but not at her. "A child shouldn't have to live like that. Then the door opened. A woman walked in wearing a white medical coat. She had long black hair and tired eyes. She stopped when she saw Kira. "Hyan," she said slowly. "Why is there a Vexstar child in our break room?" "This is Kira," Hyan said. "She's been living alone on the station for 6 months." The woman's eyes widened. 6 months? "How old are you?" "Sweetheart?" 7, Kira said in a small voice. The woman sat down quickly. "Oh, my stars. I'm Dr. Mina Park. I'm the head of medical here." She looked at Kira carefully. "When did you last see a doctor?" "Before my parents died," Kira said. Dr. Mina stood up. "We need to run some tests. Make sure you're healthy." She looked at Hyun. How did you find her? She was hiding in the maintenance area, Hyun said. Everyone on this station has been walking past a hungry child for months. Dr. Mina's face became sad and angry at the same time. Come with me, Kira. Let's make sure you're okay. The medical bay was clean and white. Dr. Mina was gentle as she checked Kira's health. She listened to her heart and looked at her eyes and took some blood for tests. You're very thin, Dr. Mina said. And you have some vitamin deficiencies. But nothing we can't fix. She paused. Kira, what do you know about your species' diet? We need meat, Kira said, and certain minerals. My parents always made sure I had the right food. The food dispensers on this station don't have proper Vexstar nutrition, Dr. Mina said. That's why you've been getting sick. While they waited for the test results, 2 more humans came to the medical bay. One was a tall man with gray hair wearing an administrative uniform. The other was a young woman with bright eyes and a teacher's badge. This is Jun Kim, our station administrator, Dr. Mina said. And this is Yuna Lee, our teacher. Jun looked at Kira with surprise. There's been a child living on my station without proper care? His voice was shocked. For 6 months, Hyun said, while everyone else pretended not to see her. Yuna knelt down next to Kira. Hello, little one. Do you know how to read? Kira nodded. My parents taught me. I can read in 3 languages. That's wonderful, Yuna said with a smile. What about math? I like numbers, Kira said shyly. Jun was talking quietly with Dr. Mina and Hyun. Kira heard some of their words. ... not acceptable, ... double quotes, just a child, ... what are we going to do? Finally, Jun came over to Kira. Kira, I'm sorry no one helped you before now, that was wrong. We're going to fix this. Are you going to send me away? Kira asked. She was used to being sent away. No, Jun said firmly. We're going to take care of you, but I'm Vexstar, Kira said. Everyone is afraid of Vexstar. We're not everyone, Yuna said. We're humans. And humans judge people by their actions, not their species. Dr. Mina came back with the test results. She's malnourished and exhausted, but she'd be fine with proper care. I can set up a nutrition plan for her. Good, Jun said. Hyun, is there space in the human quarters? I have a spare room, Hyun said. She can stay with me. And I can start her education, Yuna added. She's clearly intelligent. Kira looked around at the 4 humans. They were talking about her like she was important, like she mattered, like she was worth caring about. Why? She asked suddenly. Why are you helping me? The 4 humans looked at each other. Then Jun spoke. Because it's the right thing to do, he said. Because you're a child who needs help. Because we judge people by who they are, not what species they belong to. But what if the other species complain? Kira asked. What if they don't want me here? Then they'll have to complain to us, Dr. Mina said. And we'll tell them that this station protects all children, regardless of species. Kira felt something she had not felt in 6 months. Hope, maybe, just maybe, she had found people who would not turn away from her. Can I really stay? She asked. As long as you want, Hyun said. Welcome to our family, Kira. For the first time since her parents died, Kira felt like she belonged somewhere. The humans were not afraid of her. They saw her as a child who needed help, not a monster to be feared. Maybe the galaxy was wrong about humans. Maybe they were the strange ones for not being afraid. Maybe that was a good thing. 3 days had passed since Kira moved into the human quarters. She had her own small room with a soft bed and a window that looked out into space. Every morning, she woke up thinking it was all a dream. But then Hyun would knock on her door with breakfast, and she would remember that it was real. Good morning, Kira, Hyun said, bringing in a tray of food. How did you sleep? Good, Kira said, sitting up in bed. I still can't believe I have my own room. It's your room for as long as you want it, Hyun said. Dr. Mina wants to check on you after breakfast. Then Yuna has some lessons planned. Kira smiled. She was learning so much from Yuna. The human teacher was patient and kind. She never seemed afraid when Kira showed her sharp teeth or when her claws accidentally scratched the learning tablets. After breakfast, Kira went to the medical bay. Dr. Mina was there with her scanner, checking Kira's health. "You're getting stronger," Dr. Mina said. "The proper nutrition is helping. Your vitamin levels are almost normal now." "I feel better," Kira said. "I have more energy." "That's wonderful," Dr. Mina said. "Now, I want to ask you something. Can you tell me more about your people, the Vexstar?" Kira's eyes lit up. No one had ever asked her about her culture before. "What do you want to know?" "Everything," Dr. Mina said. "What are your people like now?" "Not the old stories, but how they live today." Kira thought for a moment. "My parents always said we were different from our ancestors. Long ago, yes, Vexstar were hunters. But that was before we became smart, before we learned to build and create." "What did your parents do?" Dr. Mina asked. "My mother was a doctor." "Like you?" Kira said proudly. "She helped sick people get better." "My father was an engineer. He built things that help people." "So modern Vexstar are peaceful?" Dr. Mina asked. "Yes," Kira said. "We have schools and hospitals and art museums. We write books and make music." "We're not monsters," Dr. Mina smiled. "I didn't think you were. But it's good to know about your people's real culture." Later that day, Kira was in the learning room with Yuna. They were working on galactic history when the door chimed. June entered, but he looked worried. "Yuna, I need to speak with you," he said. "Kira, can you work on your reading for a few minutes?" Kira picked up a book, but she could hear them talking in low voices near the door. "The Crystalline Collective sent a formal complaint," June said. "They're threatening to stop all trade with the station if we don't remove the dangerous predator child." "She's not dangerous," Yuna said. "She's the gentlest child I've ever taught." "I know that," June said, "but they don't see it that way. The peaceful swimmers are also upset. They say having a Vexstar here makes them feel unsafe." Kira felt her heart sink. She had been happy for 3 days. Now it was going to end. "What did you tell them?" Yuna asked. "That we judge individuals by their actions, not their species," June said. "That Kira is a child under our protection." "And?" "They said humans are naive and dangerous for protecting a predator," June said. "They're calling for a station council meeting." Kira put down her book. "I should leave," she said quietly. Both adults turned to look at her. "What?" Yuna said. "I should leave the station," Kira said. "I don't want to cause trouble for you." "Absolutely not," June said firmly. "You're not going anywhere." "But the other species can learn to deal with it," June interrupted. "We don't abandon our people because others are afraid." That afternoon, Kira met the 4th human on the station. Tay was the cultural liaison, the person who talked to all the different species. He was young and friendly, but he looked tired. Double quotes. "Hello, Kira," he said. "I've heard a lot about you." "Are you angry at me too?" Kira asked. "Angry?" "No," Tay said. "But I am very busy. Do you know what I've been doing all day?" Kira shook her head. "I've been meeting with angry ambassadors from 12 different species," Tay said. "They all want to know why humans are harboring a dangerous predator." Kira's ears drooped. "I'm sorry." "Don't be sorry," Tay said. "Do you know what I told them?" "What?" "I told them that humans have their own history of violence, that we fought wars and hurt each other for thousands of years. But we learned to be better. We learned that being strong doesn't mean being cruel." Kira looked up at him with surprise. "I told them that every species has a past," Tay continued. "But we judge people by their present actions, not their ancient history." "What did they say?" Kira asked. "They said humans are foolish and soft," Tay said. "That we don't understand survival. Are you foolish?" Kira asked. Tay smiled. "Maybe. But I'd rather be foolish and kind than smart and cruel." That evening, the 4 humans had a meeting. Kira sat with them at the table, feeling like she was part of something important. "The situation is getting worse," Tay said. 3 more species have filed complaints. The ethereal singers are saying we're defective for not having proper fear." "Responses, let them complain," Hyan said. "Kira stays with us." "The hive minds are threatening to report us to the Galactic Council," Tay continued. They say we're endangering the station by keeping a predator species here. Have any of them actually met Kira? Yuna asked. Have they seen how gentle she is? No, Tay said. They refuse to be in the same room as her. Then they're judging her without knowing her, Dr. Mina said. That's not justice. June looked around the table. I want everyone to understand what we're doing here. By keeping Kira with us, we're going against thousands of years of galactic prejudice. We might face economic sanctions. Other species might refuse to work with us. Are you saying we should give her up? Hyan asked. No, June said firmly. I'm saying we need to be prepared for the consequences. This is about more than just one child now. This is about what we believe in as humans. What do we believe in? Kira asked quietly. The four humans looked at her. Then June spoke. We believe that every person deserves a chance, he said. We believe that you should be judged by your actions, not your species. We believe that fear is not a good reason to abandon a child, even if it costs you money and friendship with other species. Kira asked. Even then, Yuna said. Because that's what makes us human. Kira felt tears in her eyes, but they were happy tears. Thank you, she whispered. You're family now, Hyan said. And humans protect their family. Outside, the galaxy was afraid of her. But here, in this small group of humans, Kira was safe. She was loved. She was home. The other species could complain all they wanted. The humans had made their choice. 2 months had passed since Kira joined the human family. She had grown taller and stronger. Her gray skin had a healthy shine now, and her yellow eyes were bright with happiness. But the best change was in her smile. She smiled often now, not hiding her sharp teeth anymore. Hyan, I think I fixed the problem, Kira said, crawling out from under a large machine in the maintenance area. Her small size let her reach places that were too tight for adult humans. Hyan looked at his scanner. The power flow is perfect now. How did you know to reconnect those cables? I could smell the burnt wires, Kira said. My nose is better than yours. And I could see the heat patterns with my eyes. Your Vexstar senses are really helpful, Hyan said. You solved in 10 minutes what would have taken me hours. Kira beamed with pride. She loved helping Hyan with his work. It made her feel useful. An important dot in the learning room, Yuna was amazed by Kira's progress. She's learning 3 new languages at once, Yuna told Dr. Mina. Her mind works differently than human children. She sees patterns we miss. What do you mean? Dr. Mina asked. Yesterday I was teaching her about galactic trade routes, Yuna said. She looked at the map for 5 minutes and then showed me 3 new routes that were faster than the ones we currently use. That's incredible, Dr. Mina said. Her brain is processing information in ways we don't fully understand. It's not just her intelligence, Yuna said. She's also incredibly kind. Watch this. Yuna opened a file on her tablet. It showed a recording from the learning room. In it, Kira was working on a math problem when she heard crying from the hallway. She immediately put down her work and went to investigate. In the hallway, a small human child named Sue was sitting on the floor, crying. Her toy had broken, and she was very upset. Don't cry, Kira said gently, kneeling down next to the little girl. What happened? My robot broke, Sue said through her tears. The arm came off. May I see? Kira asked softly. Sue handed her the broken toy. Kira examined it carefully with her sharp eyes. Then she used her small claws very gently, too. Reconnect some tiny wires inside the toy. Try it now, Kira said, handing it back. Sue pressed the button, and the robot's arm moved perfectly. You fixed it, she said happily. I'm good at fixing things, Kira said, helping the little girl stand up. Be careful with it, okay? Thank you, Kira, Sue said. Then she did something that surprised everyone. She hugged Kira tightly. Kira stood very still, not wanting to hurt the small human with her claws. But she was smiling, the biggest smile anyone had ever seen. She's wonderful with children, Dr. Mina said after watching the recording. Her predatory instincts have become protective instincts. She's becoming something beautiful, Yuna agreed. Strong and gentle at the same time. But not everyone was happy about Kira's progress. That afternoon, an alarm sounded throughout the station. A ship was requesting permission to dock. It was a Vexstar diplomatic vessel. June met the ship at the docking bay. A tall, imposing Vexstar male stepped out. He was much larger than Kira, with darker gray skin and bright silver eyes. His presence was commanding and slightly frightening. "I am Ambassador Cade," he said in a deep voice. "I have come about the Vexstar child." "Welcome to Harmony's Edge," June said calmly. "I'm Administrator June Kim. Where is she?" Cade asked directly. "She's in classes," June said, "learning and growing like any child should." Cade's eyes narrowed. "She should be with her own people. Vexstar children need proper guidance." "She's receiving excellent care," June said. "Would you like to meet her?" When Kira saw Ambassador Cade, she felt confused. He looked like her, but different. Bigger, more frightening. She had never seen an adult Vexstar before. "Child?" Cade said, studying her carefully. "You are Kira?" "Yes, sir," Kira said quietly. "I have come to take you home," Cade said, "to a proper Vexstar colony where you belong." Kira looked at Hyen, who stood nearby. "This is my home," she said. "This is not your home," Cade said firmly. "These humans are making you weak. Look at you. You file down your claws. You hide your teeth. You help instead of taking what you need." "I like helping," Kira said. "Helping is for prey species," Cade said. "We are Vexstar. We are strong. We take what we need." "My parents helped people," Kira said. "They were doctors and engineers." "Your parents were weak," Cade said harshly. "That is why they died in an accident. Strong Vexstar do not die in accidents." Kira's eyes filled with tears. "Don't talk about my parents like that." Hyen stepped forward. "That's enough," he said firmly. "You're upsetting her. I am teaching her," Cade said. "She must learn what she really is." "She knows what she is," Yuna said, joining them. "She's a kind, intelligent child." "She's a predator," Cade said, "and you are making her forget her nature." "Maybe her nature is to be better than what you think she should be," Dr. Mina said. Cade showed them a holographic display. It showed a Vexstar colony world with tall, dark buildings and strong-looking Vexstar walking the streets. "This is where you belong," he told Kira, "with others like you. We are proud of what we are. We do not apologize for our strength." Kira looked at the display. The Vexstar in the images looked powerful and confident. They did not hide their claws or their teeth. They looked like they belonged together. "Are they happy?" Kira asked. "Happy?" Cade seemed confused by the question. "They are strong. They are successful. They survive. But are they happy?" Kira asked again. Cade did not answer right away. "Happiness is for weak species," he finally said. "I'm happy here," Kira said. "The humans make me happy." "The humans are making you soft," Cade said. "When danger comes, you will not be able to protect yourself." "I can protect myself," Kira said. "And I can protect others too." "Prove it," Cade said. But before anyone could respond, little Sue ran into the room. She saw Cade and froze in fear. The adult Vexstar was intimidating even to adults. "Kira," Sue whispered, running to hide behind her friend. Kira immediately stepped in front of the small human child. Her posture changed. She stood straighter, and her eyes became sharp and focused. For the first time, she looked truly dangerous. "You're scaring her," Kira said to Cade. Her voice was calm but firm. "Good," Cade said. "Finally, you show some proper instincts." "I'm not threatening you," Kira said. "I'm protecting her." Cade studied her carefully. "Interesting. You use your predatory instincts to defend instead of attack." "I use my strength to help my family," Kira said. "That's what my parents taught me." "Your parents are dead?" Cade said coldly. "But their teachings live in me," Kira said. "And so do the teachings of my human family." Cade looked around at the humans. "You have made her into something I do not recognize. She is neither fully Vexstar nor fully human." "She's herself," Hyen said. "And that's exactly what she should be." "I will give you time to think," Cade said to Kira. "But you must choose. Come with me to your real people, or stay here and become something unnatural." After Cade left, Kira sat quietly with Sue on her lap. The little human girl was still shaking. "Are you going to leave?" Sue asked. "I don't know," Kira said honestly. "I'm confused." "I don't want you to go," Sue said. "You're my best friend." "You're my best friend too," Kira said, hugging the little girl carefully. But that night, Kira lay awake thinking about Cade's words. Maybe he was right. Maybe she was becoming something unnatural. Maybe she did belong with her own people. She looked out her window at the stars and wondered what her parents would want her to do. The choice was harder than she had expected. Kira had been quiet for 3 days. She ate her meals without talking much and did her lessons with Yuna, but her mind seemed far away. The humans were worried about her. "She's been thinking about what Ambassador Cade said," Hyan told the others during their morning meeting. "I can see it in her eyes." "Maybe we should talk to her," Dr. Mina suggested. "I tried," Yuna said. "She just asks questions I can't answer. Like whether she belongs with her own people or with us." June sighed. "It's her choice to make. We can't force her to stay." That afternoon, Kira was sitting in her favorite spot near the window when Ambassador Cade returned. He brought with him a portable holographic projector. "I want to show you something," Cade said to Kira. "Your real heritage." The hologram showed videos from Vexstar colonies. Kira saw young Vexstar learning to hunt simulation prey. She saw them practicing combat moves and learning to use their natural weapons. They looked strong and confident. "This is how Vexstar children are supposed to grow up," Cade said, "learning to be proud of what they are. They look powerful." Kira said slowly, "You could be powerful too," Cade said. "But these humans are teaching you to be ashamed of your strength." "I'm not ashamed," Kira said. "You file your claws," Cade pointed out. "You try to hide your teeth when you smile. You apologize for being what you are." Kira looked down at her hands. It was true. She did keep her claws very short so she wouldn't accidentally scratch anyone. "Watch this," Cade said, changing the hologram. Now it showed adult Vexstar in their society. They were scientists and engineers, but they were also proud warriors. They stood tall and moved with confidence. No one was afraid of them because they were all Vexstar together. "You would never have to hide among your own people," Cade said. "You would never have to make yourself small." "But they don't seem happy," Kira said. "They seem serious all the time." "Happiness is not the most important thing," Cade said. "Strength is, survival is, pride is." Kira thought about this. "What about kindness?" "Kindness is weakness," Cade said firmly. "It makes you vulnerable." "My parents were kind," Kira said. "And they were strong too." "Your parents died because they were too trusting," Cade said harshly. "If they had been properly suspicious, they would have avoided the accident." This made Kira angry. "That's not true. They died because machinery failed. It wasn't their fault." "Everything is someone's fault," Cade said. "The strong make sure they are not the victims." Just then, a new human arrived. Her name was Bora, and she was a security officer who had just transferred to the station. She saw Kira talking with Cade, and immediately moved her hand to her weapon. "Is everything all right here?" Bora asked, looking nervous. "Everything is fine," June said, arriving at the same time. "Bora, this is Kira. She lives with us." Bora stared at Kira with wide eyes. "A Vexstar child? Here?" "She's family," Hyan said firmly. "But they're dangerous," Bora said. "I read the reports about their species." "The reports are about ancient history," Yuna said. "Kira is just a little girl." Bora looked uncertain. "Are you sure it's safe?" Cade spoke up. "See? Even your own people fear her. They know what she really is." Kira felt her heart sink. Even some humans were afraid of her. "I'm not dangerous," Kira said quietly to Bora. I'm sorry," Bora said. I've never met a Vexstar before." "Most people haven't," Kira said sadly. "Most people just know the old stories." The next day, things got worse. The station's main computer sent out an alert. A group of space pirates was approaching. They had attacked several trade ships in the area and were now heading toward Harmony's edge. "All civilians to emergency shelters," June announced over the communication system. This is not a drill. The humans quickly gathered their important things and headed to the safe areas of the station. But in the confusion, something went wrong. Little Sue got separated from her parents. She was in the wrong section of the station when the emergency doors sealed. She was trapped in an area that was dangerous during attacks. "Where's Sue?" her mother cried. "She was right behind me." Hyan checked his security tablet. "She's in Section 7. But the emergency doors are locked now. We can't get to her." "The pirates will breach Section 7 first," Boris said. "It's the closest to the docking bay." Sue's parents were crying. "Our little girl," her father said. "She must be so scared." Kira listened to all of this with growing worry. Sue was her best friend, her only friend besides the humans. And she was in danger. "I have to help her," Kira said. "It's too dangerous," Dr. Mina said. "The doors are sealed for a reason." "I can get through the maintenance tunnels," Kira said. "I'm small enough." "Absolutely not," June said. "I won't risk losing you too," but Kira was already moving. She was faster than the humans expected. Before anyone could stop her, she had disappeared into a maintenance hatch. "Kira!" Hyan called after her. But she was gone. Ambassador Cade watched all of this with interest. "Now we will see her true nature," he said. Kira crawled through the dark tunnels as fast as she could. Her yellow eyes could see perfectly in the darkness. Her sharp hearing told her exactly where she was in the station. Her Vexstar senses were guiding her to Sue. She found the little girl hiding under a table in Section 7. Sue was crying and shaking with fear. "Kira," Sue said when she saw her. "I was so scared." "It's okay," Kira said, hugging her friend. "I'm here now." But then they heard sounds, heavy footsteps. The pirates had broken into the station and were coming their way. "We have to hide," Kira whispered. "I'm scared," Sue said. "Don't be scared," Kira said. "I'll protect you." The footsteps got closer. Through the window, Kira could see 3 large alien pirates. They had weapons and looked very dangerous. They were searching for valuable things to steal. One of them saw Sue's dropped toy in the hallway. "There are children here," the pirate said in a rough voice. "Children mean families with money. Find them," said another pirate. "We can hold them for ransom." Kira felt something change inside her. These pirates wanted to hurt Sue. They wanted to take her away from her family. Every instinct Kira had was telling her to protect the little human girl. For the first time in her life, Kira felt her true Vexstar nature awakening. But it wasn't the cruel, selfish nature that Cade talked about. It was something else. Something fierce and protective and completely focused on keeping Sue safe. The pirates entered the room where they were hiding. Kira stepped out from their hiding place and stood between the pirates and Sue. She was just a small Vexstar child. But in that moment she looked terrifying. Her eyes glowed bright yellow in the dark. Her claws extended to their full length. Her teeth were bared in a snarl. "Stay away from her," Kira said in a voice that didn't sound like a child's voice anymore. The pirates stopped and stared at her in shock. "A Vexstar?" One of them said, "What's a predator child doing here?" "Protecting my friend," Kira said. And then she showed them exactly what a Vexstar could do when someone they loved was threatened. The 3 pirates stared at Kira in shock. They were big, strong aliens with weapons and armor. But something about the small Vexstar child made them step backward. "Just a kid," one pirate said nervously. "We don't hurt kids." "She's not just a kid," said another. "She's Vexstar. Look at those claws." Kira stood perfectly still between the pirates and Sue. Every muscle in her body was ready to fight. Her yellow eyes tracked every movement the pirates made. Her sharp hearing caught every sound. "Please," Kira said in a calm voice. "Just leave. You don't want to hurt us, and we don't want to hurt you." "We're not afraid of a child," the first pirate said, but his voice shook a little. "You should be," Kira said quietly. The pirate leader stepped forward with his weapon raised. "Move aside, kid. We just want anything valuable." "She is valuable," Kira said, not moving from in front of Sue. "She's my friend." The pirate made a mistake. He reached past Kira to grab Sue. Kira moved faster than the pirates could see. Her claws slashed across the pirate's arm, making him drop his weapon. She spun and kicked another pirate in the knee, sending him falling. Before the third pirate could react, Kira had grabbed his weapon and thrown it across the room. "I warned you," Kira said, standing over the three groaning pirates. "I told you to leave." The pirates looked up at her with fear and respect. You're just a child," one said. "I'm a child who protects her family," Kira said. "Now go." The pirates ran away as fast as they could. Sue was staring at Kira with wide eyes. "Kira, are you okay?" Kira's claws slowly retracted. Her eyes returned to their normal, gentle glow. "I'm okay. Are you hurt?" "No," Sue said. "You saved me." "I promised I would protect you," Kira said, kneeling down to hug her friend. "I keep my promises." Through the security cameras, everyone on the station had watched what happened. The humans, the other aliens, and Ambassador Cade had all seen Kira fight the pirates. When the emergency was over and Kira returned with Sue, the reactions were very different. Sue's parents hugged Kira tightly. "Thank you," her mother cried. "Thank you for saving our daughter." "She's my friend," Kira said simply. "I would do anything for her." The other alien species on the station whispered among themselves. They had seen a Vexstar child use her predatory skills. But instead of hunting for herself, she had used them to protect someone smaller and weaker. "I don't understand," said a crystalline being. "She fought like a true predator, but for someone else's benefit." "Maybe," said a moss folk quietly, "we have been wrong about what it means to be a predator." Ambassador Cade approached Kira slowly. His silver eyes were thoughtful. "That was impressive," he said. "You fought like a true Vexstar." "I fought like someone who loves her family," Kira said. "But you used your natural abilities," Cade said. "Your speed, your claws, your hunting instincts?" "Yes," Kira said. "The humans didn't take away my Vexstar nature. They taught me how to use it for good things." Cade looked around at the humans. "I came here thinking you were making her weak, but you have made her something I have never seen before." "What's that?" June asked. "A predator who hunts for justice," Cade said slowly. "A warrior who fights for love instead of conquest." "Doctor." Maina stepped forward. "She's both Vexstar and human in the ways that matter. She has the strength of her people and the heart we tried to nurture." "I see that now," Cade said. He looked at Kira again. "Child, you have shown me something new. Your parents would be proud. Do you still think I should come with you?" "Kira," asked Cade thought for a long moment. "I think you should choose where you belong. But I also think you have something to teach my people. What could I teach them?" Kira asked. "That being strong doesn't mean being alone," Cade said. "That protecting others can make you stronger than protecting only yourself." Bora, the new human security officer, approached Kira carefully. "I owe you an apology," she said. "I was afraid of you because of stories I heard. But I saw what you did today. You risked your life to save a child. Anyone would have done the same," Kira said. "No," Bora said, "not anyone. You did something special." Over the following days, something amazing happened. Word spread throughout the station about what Kira had done. The other alien species began to see her differently. A young flitterwing child approached her in the hallway. "Can you teach me to be brave like you?" the child asked. "I'm not special," Kira said. "I just love my friends." "That's what makes you special," the child said. Even some of the adult aliens began to talk to her. They asked about her people and her life with the humans. They started to understand that she was not the monster from their old stories. Ambassador Cade stayed on the station for another week. He spent time learning from the humans and watching how they had raised Kira. "You have created something remarkable," he told June. "A bridge between what we were and what we could become." "We just loved her," June said. Everything else followed from that. On his last day, Cade spoke to Kira privately. "I want you to know that you will always have a place with our people if you choose it. But I also want you to know that what you have here is precious." "I know," Kira said. "I want to stay with my human family. But I also want to stay connected to my Vexstar heritage." "That is wisdom," Cade said. Perhaps you can visit our colonies someday. Share what you have learned. I would like that, Kira, said Dot before leaving. Cade made an announcement to the whole station. I came here to retrieve a lost child, he said. Instead, I found a teacher. This young Vexstar has shown me that strength and gentleness can exist together, that a predator's instincts can be used to protect instead of to harm. He looked at the assembled crowd of different species. Perhaps it is time for all of us to stop judging others by their species past and start seeing them for who they choose to be. 6 months later, Kira was working with Hyun and Dr. Mina on a new project. They were creating the first interspecies adoption program in the galaxy. The idea is simple, Dr. Mina explained to the Galactic Council. We match children with families based on love and compatibility, not just species. And who better to run this program, June added, than someone who has lived it successfully? Kira stood before the council representatives from dozens of species. She was older now, more confident but still gentle. I was afraid and alone, she told them. Everyone turned away from me because of what my ancestors did long ago. But the humans saw me for who I was, not what I was supposed to be. She gestured to her human family standing nearby. They didn't change my nature. They taught me how to use my nature for good. I am still Vexstar. I am still strong and fast and fierce. But now I use these gifts to protect others, to help solve problems, to build bridges between different peoples. An ethereal singer spoke up. What if other species are not as adaptable as humans? Then we teach them, Kira said simply. We show them that love is stronger than fear, that what we choose to do matters more than what we were born to be. Tay stepped forward. Humanity has learned that our greatest strength is not our technology or our weapons. It is our ability to see potential where others see only problems. To extend family to those who need it most, the program was approved. Soon, children from across the galaxy would have the chance that Kira had received. That night, Kira sat by her window looking out at the stars. Sue climbed onto her lap. Are you happy you stayed with us? Sue asked. Every day, Kira said, hugging her friend gently. Every single day. Good, Sue said. Because we're never letting you go. Kira smiled, no longer hiding her sharp teeth. She was proud of what she was and proud of who she had chosen to become. In the galaxy, there would always be those who judged by fear instead of love. But there would also be those who reached out to the lost and afraid, who chose hope over prejudice. And sometimes that made all the difference.